The United States and Iran have exchanged another wave of strikes across the Middle East, intensifying the conflict increasingly centered on the strategic waterway of Hormuz. Washington says it targeted Iranian military infrastructure, while Tehran responded with attacks across the Gulf. Details in this report.
The US military carried out a 7th consecutive night of strikes, targeting what US Central Command described as surveillance sites, military logistics infrastructure, underground weapons storage and maritime capabilities. Iranian media reported damage to power facilities, bridges, tunnels and transport infrastructure in southern Iran, including areas around Bandar Abbas and Qeshm Island. Iranian authorities say dozens of people have been killed and hundreds wounded in recent US strikes, while those casualty figures could not be independently verified. Meanwhile, Iran responded with attacks targeting US interests and allied countries across the Gulf. Kuwait reported strikes that damaged an oil facility and a desalination plant, while Iraq and Jordan said their air defense systems intercepted drones and missiles. Bahrain also activated air raid sirens as regional security forces responded to the latest wave of attacks. Meanwhile, US officials say 13 additional American service members have been injured since Monday, bringing the total to 14 killed and 427 wounded since the conflict began. The Strait of Hormuz remains the central flashpoint of the conflict. Washington says its operations are intended to protect freedom of navigation and weaken Iran's military capabilities, while Tehran insists the strategic waterway falls under its security arrangements. Commercial shipping through the strait has slowed sharply, with fewer vessels transiting the route as insurers and shipping companies reassess security risks. The fighting continues after the collapse of ceasefire efforts and diplomatic negotiations between Washington and Tehran. President Donald Trump says military pressure will continue unless Iran returns to negotiations, while Iranian officials maintain they will resist what they describe as external pressure and threats to national sovereignty. The escalating conflict has heightened concerns over regional stability, humanitarian conditions, and the security of one of the world's most critical energy corridors.